Hi, welcome back to the new list. Today we're going to be doing a vlog from Chessington and my very rainy day at Flamingoland, which was a complete washout. We're going to be adding them to the list. Last week on the last episode we covered Fort Park, we covered Emerald Park in Ireland, and we covered Drayton Manor. If you want to see that, click the link at the top. Just a recap of the list before we go in. Hyperia currently number 1, Swarm number 2, Stealth number 3, Gold Rush number 4, Saw number 5, and followed by Fianna Force and Chuchalin, if I'm saying Chuchalin right. I still don't know. In the top sort of 7. Yeah, let's jump right into it, and let's start with my vlog from Chessington Wild Adventures.
Okay, so first up, Dragon's Fury. I think this is a Mauer spinning coaster. It looks like it spins a lot, so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I'll see you when I get off. Pretty good. Nice little spin ride. It doesn't spin too much. Although I have seen a couple of them spinning crazy, so I guess it does go sometimes as it kind of comes around. Quite a cool first drop. This was quite good. It's pretty long as well. I really like it. I mean, it's a good UK coaster.
Yeah, so Dragon's Fury, right? Just to break away from the blog a quick second and I'll dive back in. It's a very good little roller coaster. I was very surprised about it. I was very apprehensive going in because I knew that it was just a slightly upgraded model of Spinball Whizzer at Alton Towers, which is not one of my favourite roller coasters. I think this is better than the Spinball Whizzer going in. It has a very cool horseshoe element at the front, as you've kind of seen. Then the rest of the ride is just really kind of going through heelessy turns and stuff like that, just to try and get you spinning. At the start of the day, it didn't really spin that much, and then as it kind of got going in the afternoon, I mean, I seen some people who were it was flying around. It never really got going for me. I did spin a little bit more at the end of the day, as you'll probably see in the vlog later on. But yeah, a really surprising ride and very good little UK roller coaster.
Look at this view coming through here. So obviously relatively new area, well, Jumanji, but there is some really good feet out there, and I haven't seen it go around yet. There we go. Gonna go in and have a look. So we're just looking through this area. I mean, how cool is this? Really good job. I mean, the UK people, okay, again, Mel's done some really good stuff with Nemesis down at the towers, but this is just really good. The right, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, it's a wing coaster. I know it's got launchers on it. don't know too much about it. It is weird. I mean, kind of like a boomerang element. I imagine there's some sort of switch track element going on. I don't know. But I'll give it a go. But yeah, I don't know how this is going to kind of stack up, or kind of what to compare it to. It's just a very weird coaster. What a cool centerpiece that is. Big massive jaguar. Love it. Station. I mean, you expect it to be like a jungle show, right? So I guess they've got there's some cool round the corner. Okay, patrons. Oh yes. Hold tight. Look at these trains. Pretty cool. So I just did a front row ride on Mandrill Mayhem. It's a really good little coaster, isn't it? Like a nice family one. It's got some launches on it. I really like the backwards launch at the start. It goes up this spike here, and then you go around another launch through the station, work your way around through this inversion, goes through the other one, round the spike. It was running a little bit slow, and then up to here, and then obviously you do the whole thing backwards. Hit another launch there to go back, not particularly fast. I imagine it gets faster in the day going through. Seems incredible. I don't know. I'll put in a picture of the car so you can see it, but obviously it's got just a mandrill on it. Makes sense for the name. But yeah, it looks the part. The whole area looks really good. Female on point, planting like really good inside. Just a good ride. In terms of like where I'd rank it, obviously other launch coasters in the route that's similar in Intamin ones. Furious Backhoe is obviously better than it. I did a front row ride on the inside. I haven't, don't know if it shakes on the outside or not. It could well do, but yeah, good little ride. So it's been a very long time since I've been to this park. This Dragon's Fury just go around. Dragon's Fury wasn't here last time I covered how long ago it was. One ride that was here is Vampire. So this is, a bit of a legendary UK coaster, obviously designed by the same guy who did Nemesis, John. And I think like since I last went here, it's obviously had new trains. I think it's got Tacoma trains on it now. Like it was originally an arrow coaster. It's behind the trees here. I'm gonna give it a go. See how shaky it is. One thing about it, I've got this memory of maybe a Dracula playing like a piano or something. I was a kid when I went on this before. Maybe I'm completely making this up, but yeah, I don't know. Let's see if it's got it. Also, the Gruffalo, that used to be called the Bubble Works. I don't know. Maybe. Turn back. Ooh, mate, why is that ride not terrible? Like, it's genuinely way better than I thought it was going to be. That's right, that over an SLC all day. It swings a little bit more than probably expected, but for its age, it's really good. Yeah, really positive. I mean, I'd ride that all day over an SLC. All day, yeah, fantastic. And also, feeling really good. And Osavatu was playing the organ, didn't make it up. Great stuff. Do we think you get wet? Maybe. You used to get soaked, so we used to go for a walk for if it's the same ride, I think it is. It's another thing to Gruffalo. Let's see. This is 100% the same ride. And the Squidgian. Oh, we'll see. Might get soaked here. This is cool. My dad would love this. He's a secret Gruffalo fan. Watches it every Christmas, I think. Oh, here's the fox. Silly old fox. It's no such thing as a Gruffalo. This is really good for you. What good that ride?
How can I have peace if I truly can't pass? Very good, little brown mouse. Come for a feast in my crown house.
This is ominous. Pretty close to me. See, this is the part of the bubble works that I remember when I'm thinking about the Gruffalo stuff on there. The fountain package, definitely. It smells amazing in there. It really does. What a pleasant ride. Like, it's really good. We're very, very lucky. I think now we're getting like some really good dark rides in the UK. I don't know how long it's been here, but you know, put it right up there with you know, Wallace and Gromit. Curse of Alton Manor is probably my favourite. But yeah, just really, really pleasantly surprised. Good ride. Oh, we have a, I don't know, maybe a crazy mouse rattlesnake. 10 minutes. Give it a go. I'm expecting this to be absolutely rattling. So maybe the name is right. It is absolutely rough. And obviously the hairpin turns at the top, the bar like slams into you. Yeah, the brakes, the brakes just slamming him into that bar into your stomach is it's pretty bad. I mean, it's still roller coaster, so it's all good. But yeah, I don't know, these wild mouse, crazy mouse, obviously depending where you are. Nice rides, I did Wild Mouse XL, and that one had no kind of trimming at the top and it felt like flying out, but it was actually better for that. Like, the braking was just a little bit much. Yeah. Silly old Dean. There's no such thing as a nice wild mouse ride. Got a little drop tower, drop drop. It's not very high, but the feeling's good. So I'll give it a go. Can't be as sort of scared as I was at these today. this would be much better without the shooting. Really cool paintwork. Kind of see that. It's just really good, but the shoot, I don't know how many sensors there are. No chance, they got 64,000 when I went down last time. Yeah, jump scares. We'll be there. We'll be there if it didn't have all the targets on them. I actually jump. So one thing with two bars, I'm just laughing because when I come off, the guy said pew pew in the same way they do the runaway mine train. Choo choo. Good little touch. But yeah, no, really hope this gets the Curse of Alt Mana treatment and they kind of get rid of this soon. I mean, I really like Jewel, but Curse of Alt Mana is better. Yeah, yeah, it's very good, but I mean, there's too many targets, so it's super easy. There's no challenge, it kind of gets a bit boring. So, yeah. Oh, you are beautiful. Hit him. Or her. It's pretty cold today. I don't know how wet you get. Let's just try it. I've got a waterproof trousers on. Again, this station, lovely. The whole area. With the tigers as well. Obviously, it's nice to see animals in the wild rather than the zoo, but always check, conservation programs, breeding programs, and everything like that before you go to zoos. We've got some fantastic ones in the UK, like Chessington, for example. Do some good stuff. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Only got a little bit wet. A light splashing. No way compared to like Valhalla, which is good, right? Because we're in the UK and things should not get that wet. 2 drops, a little small one there. Got a light little dripping down there. Let's see. Okay, and then the bigger one is up here, and yeah, it's just got like reasonably wet. In fairness, I had my legs stretched out, so I got a little bit wetter than I probably would have normally if I was on the boat on my own. But yeah, quite a nice little log flume, nicely themed. Yeah, and then the area's pretty good, and then I think that way is probably where Minecraft will be, but 100% sure. So luckily there's a single rider, and it took me a couple of goes to do it, but yeah, a backwards row ride on Mandrill Mayhem, and the seats face the other way, which is really good, so it's completely different. And I don't know if it's just because it's now running later than when I tried it earlier, but it felt faster, and yeah, a better ride for it actually. It was kind of good, like going down a big spike at the end, facing forward is cool. I liked it.
Put the two together and you get Camelopardus.
Now,
Their long necks over the world.
look around, adventurers, and you might be able to see some.
They were once one of the most abundant antelope species of the African planet.
Just a quick observation about this park. I think with Universal coming in, maybe Chessington might be in the best place to kind of, you know, not really have that much to worry about. The theming's really good. It's got quite a lot of like the Disney style rides, so just the Safari Adventure, which is located here. So I think it should be alright. I mean, sure it doesn't have like world-class roller coasters, but I think for families coming over from America, the same way we go to Florida, I think it would be pretty good.
Jump for joy and Owen snapped it too. Down fell the cat and the dog.
So I just did a afternoon ride on the Dragon's Fury, and it's really spinning like crazy. I don't know obviously how often it does this, but yeah, probably one of these the most I've ever span on something, which is really good. Yeah, like really top rate. So one thing I was just thinking about, particularly with like, you know, Universal coming in, maybe if this park gets busier. On a note that I, you know, mentioned before, is one thing that would worry me would be the throughput of it, right? So we've got Dragon's Fury, which has got 4 cars. Layout of Jumanji Land and particularly Mandrill Mayhem means that we've got 1 car, right? So just because the way it works, and you know, Vampire as well, like it's pretty old, doesn't have like amazing throughput, and Rattlesnake is obviously just a wild man. So hopefully the new Minecraft coaster kind of improves that. You'll see Vampire coming around, Wildwood. And they do like produce something that will, you know, get those queues down if it eventually gets sort of like busier. Yeah, I think just something to worry about. I mean, the park looks really good. I mean, out of all the Merlin parks, it probably needs, like, after Paw Patrol comes in and after Minecraft come in, probably the least amount doing to it, really, as long as they get those right, compared to, you know, Fort Park and Alton Towers, which Fort Park probably needs, you know, better theming kind of added to it to be able to compete and attract people from Universal. And Fort Park, Alton Towers, obviously the location is a little bit out there, and it looks a little bit sort of like neglected. So yeah, I think Merlin, this one's probably in the best bet. Go for one last ride on Vampire to end out the day, and sort of show you the queue line a little bit. So it was super busy when I came out here, so very loud, but you know, I think this is quite cool, quite a little queue line. Got a gargoyle there, and then lots of sort of like grey things. It reminds me of the other Gerstlauser in Hansa Park, right? Well, the kind of like the creepy feeling going on. Also, like, you know, 13. Go around. That bit could be themed out, obviously. Where? Yeah, but I mean, again, keep it. Doesn't need anything doing to it. It's pretty, you know. I think, like I mentioned earlier, you know, comparing it to like sort of like, you know, the SLCs that are, you know, younger than it, and it just rides better. It rides better than it. Like, it's much nicer to ride. I mean, actually, it might be going faster now. I might hate it, so so we'll see. But yeah, some creepiness going on there. The Viscount little mirror, just randomly put there. Last chance. Don't know why there's a big giant chessboard. That's weird. Okay, alright, I'll see you when I get off. So yeah, Vampire ran just as good as this morning, maybe a little bit faster. Still, like smoother than you think it would be. I don't think because the trains have a bit more give, not as rigid as the SLCs, but yeah, it's quite nice. prop drop. It's not very high, it's not very powerful, but you do get a little bit of airtime, which was quite surprising. So it's okay. It did like 3 or 4 drops on the cycle. I think it normally has smoke coming out of it, but not today. Okay. It's pretty. It's alright. It's nothing special, but nothing terrible. Quite good. So I'll probably think of something else to add afterwards, but I'll do the coaster rating here. This one's the worst, Rattlesnake. Absolutely. It's horrible. I mean, I guess if you compare it to one in Europa Park, it's quite good. And go through the adventure point. So then obviously the next one would be Vampire. I mean, very, very enjoyable. 5-minute wait for Rattlesnake now. But we keep on walking. And then, yeah, so Vampire the third best one. And then it's going to be Dragon's Fury at number 2. And Mandrill Mayhem is the best one in the park. But I will say that they are all not as good as Gold Rush at Drayton Mountain. So there we have it. Bye-bye.
Okay, so that was the vlog from my very enjoyable day at Chessington World of Adventure. It was genuinely a much better day than I thought it was going to be. I was a bit hesitant of going for it. I just was like, is there going to be anything there for me? But the park's very, very good. Obviously geared more to the families, so slightly different to, you know, Fort Park or Alton Towers. But yeah, adding the coasters in, let's discuss the coasters. So in terms of kind of the list and where we stand, I'm going to add them in now so you can see them. Mandrill Mayhem, I think, goes in as the best one there. Just only slightly better than Dragon's Fury. A lot like kind of closer than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to put them both in at 8 and 9. Mandrill Mayhem, again, his layout's kind of weird. It does this like boomerang element. Both of these coasters I recommend riding later in the day. I mean, that's the case for like a lot of coasters out there. Mandrill Mayhem's one that you can kind of like turn around. The back seat probably would be the way that I recommend riding it. It's very, very fun. And then genuinely the surprise of the day again, Vampire, the 1990 Vekoma modified roller coaster in at number 11 there. Just genuinely, what a pleasant surprise. Rided really well, was really fun, just kind of whipped you back and forth. Yeah, just kind of a great experience on that one. And then I'm putting Rattlesnake right down the bottom, slightly below the Walking Dead. Walking Dead's boring, but the Rattlesnake's rough. I would take a boring coaster over a rough coaster the majority of the time. Yeah, so now we're going to go on to Flamingoland. Right, so Flamingoland. So as I mentioned, such a bad day at Flamingoland in terms of like rain. Not the park's fault, but complete washout. They had like surprisingly Mumbo Jumbo and Kamali were running like all day, which was really good. A lot of the other ones. Twistosaurus was down all day, so I didn't get a chance to ride that one. So I won't be including that in. But I guess it's kind of very similar to like Ladybird Loop and those other kind of looper rides that go around. Sick only opened up at like round about 2 o'clock, so we were able to get on it at the end of the day when it cleared up and get like 4 or 5 rides on there, so I can add that one in. First of all, a couple of like smaller coasters in there. There's a coaster called Zoom, which is like a plane that sort of like hangs down. I wouldn't even really necessarily like say that this is like a traditional kind of like coaster going in. You can kind of count it if you want. I personally do count it as a credit, but yeah, it's kind of like a sort of like a more like a family sort of like travel ride, goes around. And then The other one that they had one called Dino Roller, which is a sort of like an old sort of like style like fairground ride. That's kind of one point. At the time of last year, there was like 10 coasters operating. There was also a junior coaster that wasn't that I wasn't able to ride because it has like a height restriction on there. But yeah, lots of like sort of like fairground smaller coasters, just to kind of get their count up really. There's one called the Runaway Mine Train. Me and my partner went in the same carriage for that. That was a big mistake. The bar was like pressing against my legs. It was like super painful. Did 4 laps around it. It was genuinely a really bad kind of experience. So I think them two are going to go like right down the kind of the bottom of the list going through it. And then they've got like a motorbike launch coaster called Velocity. It was pretty fun. First one I've done on there. I know there's one out in Toverland that's like very similar that we actually missed when we went there. But yeah, pretty good like fun coaster. Like nice little sort of like punchy whippy launches, transitions like left and right. Makes you feel like you're riding these little small motorbikes. Kind of cool little concept of a coaster and really enjoyable. And then genuinely in terms of the next one, we have Hero. We've got to talk about Hero, right? It's a San Perla coaster. If you've not done any of these coasters before, be kind of warned. Hero. It's so difficult to kind of to big it up. I know I've said previously that it's a coaster, so it's good. Hero, you can't include that. It's genuinely just not a pleasant experience. You step onto these like coffin type carriages where you're standing upright, a bar comes down the back, pushes you in, and then you kind of get tilted up and you fly around this course. It is horrendous. I know there's a few of them out in the world, so there's a couple in America. It's probably at the time was the worst coaster I've ever done. There is one somewhere else that is worse than it currently, in my opinion. But yeah, awful coaster. But it's one that I will do one time and then maybe we'll never do again. And then we have like kind of our 3 sort of like surprise coasters, right? So the reason I went to Flamingoland was because Sick, right? The Intamin coaster that's in there getting kind of like rave reviews, all based around this clothing brand. I'll get onto Sick in a minute. The 2 I was really surprised about was first of all Kamali, which is an SLC, but genuinely a good SLC. SLCs, which you'll know kind of my opinions going forward, are genuinely like horrendous. Kamali's good. It's fun, right? It's bigger. I think it's a custom layout going through, but got a very sort of like cool first drop. Not too rattly. The inversions aren't, kind of that grey out horrendousness out there. Genuinely quite a fun one. We did it multiple times. Enjoyed it. Definitely miles better than like Infusion at Blackpool Pleasure Beach and Toxic Gardens and all of them ones. Just genuinely really surprised at how nice this was. Really nice themed, nice track going around, and you can kind of recommend it. Very enjoyable. And then the biggest surprise of the trip would be Mumbo Jumbo, right? I looked at Mumbo Jumbo and genuinely was like, this looks kind of like a wild mouse. I don't know why a lot of people love it, but it's just really, really fun, right? It had at one point the record for the steepest inversion in the world. I think it got it's like a 112 degree drop. I think it got beaten by 0.5 degree. Has 2 inversions in it. Has this really, really cool stall. We did it multiple times. We absolutely love this ride. I can't speak highly enough. The theming's really cool. It's really, really fun. Just genuinely a real surprise. It's an S&S worldwide coaster. I recommend doing it. As much as I still think Sick is the best coaster at the park, Mumbo Jumbo is definitely worth going to Flamingoland for. In terms of the rest of the park, going over, they have a water ride that's getting revamped. Should be opening up some point later in the year. That was down. It has a zoo. The zoo's a little bit kind of run down, a little bit dark and dingy, really. Not kind of the nicest. And then it also has one of the worst dark rides that there is. Doesn't really offer anything. Not as bad as Energy Alandia's dark ride, but yeah, still pretty just a kind of bog standard ghost sort of like train that's not very interesting. And yeah, in terms of the other rides, there's not really kind of like much else there that I'd say, go to Flamingoland for this one. And yeah, then in terms of like Sick, we can go kind of on the layout of that. So Sick. So as I mentioned before, Sick's the reason why I went to Flamingoland. A very, very good Intamin coaster that a lot of people are giving like, rave reviews on. It's got a bit of a weird, like, kind of... It's kind of got some oddities to it. So the first of all is its kind of theme is based around a Yorkshire clothing brand. Kind of weird disco station. The queue line's very cool though, because you interact with the coaster quite a lot when you're going through. I went on a very quiet day, so we just went straight through to the station. But I imagine it's quite a fun one to watch going around. It's got a bit of a checkered history in that it's been at a couple of different parks. So what I thought I'd do is we would, luckily Flamingoland had provided a POV shot, so I can kind of like talk you through that going through. So it's a 10 inverted roller coaster. First of all, straight on the back, 10 inversions like Colossus is probably too many in this case. Definitely the barrel rolls at the end it could do without. So it's got a nice drop going through at the start, some kind of nice views over Yorkshire. You go straight into a loop, which is pretty fun. It does like rattle quite a bit. You might notice from the POV. This is from testing. It goes under like the terrain into this sort of like cobra roll, which is again pretty fun. The start of the ride is absolutely fantastic. Into sort of like these dive inversions going around. It does two of them back to back, and as we turn this corner, we hit into this like these loops, and it's just too much, particularly when the car shakes a little bit. I think it'd be a better roller coaster if it maybe just had two. Right at the end, we could do another in final inversion just to get the number up to 10, and then back into the station. Very, very good, very fun. I did find myself getting a bit of a headache after we've ridden it a couple of times, which again, kind of, it's got a slight shake on it, but definitely worth going to Flamingoland to do that with Mumbo Jumbo and with Kamali as well. Definitely makes it worth it, and just to experience Hero that one time. What I thought I'd do now is just quickly wrap up before we go, add them in. So again, right at the bottom of the list, Hero's coming in, worst roller coaster I've ridden so far. Farrah, what do you think of Hero? We've got Zoom in there, doesn't really kind of do anything either. And then I think that Kamali is slightly worse than Nemesis Inferno, and then and Vampire. Mumbo Jumbo slightly better than Mandrill Mayhem, actually. Again, quite surprising, but I think I'd ride Mumbo Jumbo and have more fun on that than Mandrill Mayhem. And then Sick, probably the third best coaster so far in the UK on the list. A very, very enjoyable coaster. So next I will be doing Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So I'll be visiting there actually tomorrow, trying to do a vlog from there. Hopefully it's going to be a nice hot day, better than the Flamingoland one, and I'll see you then.